What's good, everyone? It's Jackie Chow.
And this is James DeLacy.
And you're listening to This Week in Digital Marketing. All right, welcome to This Week in Digital Marketing. This is episode 14.5. It's an in-betweener episode. And I think today we wanted to go over some huge movements in the market, right, James? Google just came out with Bard. And there was a Microsoft event as well that they talked about OpenAI. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, did you see the screenshot? Or have you looked on Bing now with how it looks?
No, I haven't. I've only seen like the recaps so far.
Yeah, some of the screenshots. So with the AI on the side and then having the normal search results. Now, I guess the question is Google going to do the same thing, or is Google going to look to just provide mainly AI answers?
Yeah, I don't know, actually. But I think the format that Bing has it in, or at least in the screenshots, it looks pretty good. But one thing I'm a bit concerned about as an affiliate is how they also do product comparisons on the side. Isn't that a bit worrisome? What do you think?
So I was actually going to write some Twitter thoughts and shit last time, obviously because everyone was doing the same thing, but then I was kind of like, fuck it, so I'll talk about it now. But I think the issue with the AI, with people searching stuff, is people want to know, almost go through someone that, like a connection, right? When you're searching for something, you want to know something about whatever it is from someone who's potentially been there, done that, is an expert or perceived expert in that area, has some kind of personality behind what they're doing, and has some insight around whatever the topic is. And AI doesn't give you that.
Doesn't give you context, right?
Yeah, it doesn't give you any of that. And a lot of the AI answers, even when I'm trying to do stuff through ChatGPT, is so much fluff. Like you'll get like paragraphs of fluff with your stuff. And if I'm searching for something and I'm getting just paragraphs of fluff and kind of surface level answers, I typically want something deeper. Like as an example, if even if we go down the product review route, right? You know, like best X for Y, I want to know from a person who's in that area of whatever it is, who has expertise using it, who can show me things about it or answer certain questions that I might have about it that I might not even have thought about, you know, things like that, rather than just listing off pros and cons, because that doesn't give me much.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know, man. I think it's what will happen is, at least for Google, is they might, I think they'll test out all the formats. So what we see from the Microsoft event actually might not be the one that's pushed to production. So they're only showing the AI results on the side as so people don't freak out, right? I think there's a chance that they test out in the main SERPs as well. But I think they'll be similar to Google, where they A/B test everything and see like the impact on their revenue. But yeah, I think on the side is a good play because it doesn't hit their ad revenue, right? And I think that's
the thing Google as well. Also. I think that's a lot of things people are interested in. You know, are they going to kill? You know, they're going to kill their own business model doing something like that. But I guess the question is as well: does this affect anything that you're doing currently?
Yeah. I think informational keywords are pretty much in the shitter. I think heavily. I think there might be a chance for affiliate content, so best XYZ, best buyer intent keywords. I think for informational keywords with just like a simple yes or no answer, or a simple whatever can be answered in like 3 sentences or less. I think it's over for that. I think with Google Bard, there's one thing to note. There was a great tweet or thread by Peter Levels on Twitter saying Google has been like at the forefront of innovation for AI for the longest time, but they haven't been able to ship a functioning product in the longest time. Like, for example, during our call with Gail, he talked about Lambda that came out, or they launched during I think Google I/O in May 2021, but that was never shipped. They never really used it, did they? So it's pretty interesting to see how quickly Microsoft has been able to ship a working product compared to Google, because Google's they take their sweet ass time, right? And I have a feeling that the Google Bard announcement is just for like share prices. It's always screenshots, is never a working product.
Yeah,
because there's something to be said that, releasing ChatGPT, a working product, immediately onto and for other people to play with it, whereas like Google is just releasing screenshots. That doesn't feel good. I think that's a pretty bad sign for shareholders, in my opinion.
well, when do you think they're going to roll it out then?
You mean like a working product? I mean, if it's based off of their like historical product launches, it's probably never, man. Or they're gonna
well, they have to compete with
like
Microsoft somehow, so they're gonna do something.
Yeah. I mean, they're all these quick launches is because they're getting pummeled on like the tech review sites and like Verge, et cetera, et cetera. Everyone's shitting on them, saying like, you guys were in position to launch something like this. Why haven't you done it? But yeah, I mean, I think it's because it's going to ruin their business model. They had the juiciest business model of all time, and now they're pretty fucked, I would say.
I think the issue is as well, though, right? Like, what are they going to give answers to with AI queries? Because obviously you have the YMYL niches, and surely Google cannot give whatever answers in those niches, because they're straight going to be liable for whatever they say. And the AI is often wrong in a lot of different. Funnily enough, my wife actually just posted something on Instagram a couple of hours ago. She's got a whole lot of quotes off ChatGPT, and then she posted on Instagram, and then she got flagged for false information because they picked up that Winston Churchill never said this quote. So it's like something as basic as that, is potentially false, and then you want it to give answers to, what essential oil is going to fix this problem, and then ChatGPT.
I mean, I think
gives you that.
Yeah, I think what will actually happen, they have the capability to ship this functionality very quickly. Is all they have to do is include a source, right? I feel like how I imagine it in this situation is it will be an AI answer written with AI, but then it'll be like a feature snippet with a source at the bottom. Like, hey, we rewrote this for, I don't know, to make it easily legible, and here's where we grab the information from. And then they'll just list whatever they like source the information from. But that will still mess up CTRs. Like, you still don't get a click there. The majority of people won't actually click into your site. So I think this, this brings us to a pretty interesting position. I think, I don't know, man.
I still think it depends on obviously on the question. If it's like how many calories in an apple, then no one's going to click through. But no one's clicking through those anyway. But I think if everyone listening to this is ranking their own sites, so you're always going for top 3 positions anyway. So if you're in those top 3 positions, then surely you're going to get if they do fucking attribution, that is. But if they do attribution, you're going to be attributed within that. And if AI answers are already fluff and short, if the question is something more nuanced, then you should probably still get the click through. I mean, ideally as well. I was writing an article just the other day, and it was like, are good mornings good for glutes, right? And it's like, okay, yes, but there are nuances in the way you can actually modify the exercise to make it more so. And those things you don't get from AI. So there's different things like that I think are still in play. But yeah.
I mean, no, I think the situation, I agree that people will still click through, but the percentage of people clicking through will always be less than if you were position 1 to 3 now. So it will be a lot less. It will be like orders of magnitudes less. So it will be, an example would be if you were number 1 versus if you had a featured snippet. So if you're number 1 after the featured snippet, the amount of clicks you get is significantly less, right? And I feel like now, if there's an AI result and you're like maybe the first place, your click-through rate would be significantly less. Or even if you're used as a source, your click-through rate would be that of like number 2 after the feature snippet or something like that.
So then how do they make money from that, one? And two, where does PPC fit? Because then if you have sponsored search campaigns, can that just go under the AI, pushing organic results even further down?
Yeah, I mean, I think Google will take a lot of notes from how Microsoft's doing it because they're leading the pack. So they might move it to the right. But yeah, I mean, I think they would probably test this out. So maybe the AI generated content they'll roll out with like informational keywords first, which not many people are bidding on those. Like maybe they'll roll it out for they can see which keywords no one's bidding for. So they'll probably roll it out with those first, for sure. And then they would probably start testing the placements of the AI generated answers. I'm actually highly confident that will happen. So they'll test every single placement and they'll see like, I don't know, probably they'll test what will yield the most amount of ad revenue first.
Yeah.
That will be their main metric because they're a business, right? And then they'll probably test based off of if it answered the person's query, and then they can see if like, oh, they do multiple searches in one session and go from there. Yeah, I think they have analysts in the background figuring this out. I don't think we have to worry too much, but I think it's definitely coming, but I think affiliate content will be okay. And now's the time to move to video, man. Video cannot be replaced for sure. And yeah, I think seeing what Bing is doing right now is a good indication of where it could go in the future.
How much are you leaning on video and like social now? Are you doing anything with social?
Social? What do you mean by social? You mean like short form videos on social, like TikTok and all that?
Yeah, any of them. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It doesn't have to just be short form video, but if anything on those platforms, are you looking to try grow those, or are you just going to YouTube?
Yeah, we utilize it. For example, for our we cut up our short form videos on our podcast on YouTube. If you guys want to check out the techniques we're using, hit the subscribe button, follow along what we're using. We're getting thousands of views on those shorts. TikTok as well, and Instagram. You can just see. I think there's one Instagram video that popped off. It got 40K views, so that was good.
Damn.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. But yeah, I've been testing it completely. Certain platforms work better than others. For example, YouTube works a lot better than TikTok right now, and way better than Instagram. But I guess we'll see, because we just need to hit one big, and then you'll get thousands of followers, and then you can retain those for so on and so forth. And for like my niche sites, I've been posting like these short form videos twice a day for over 90 days now, and we've surpassed like 20K followers on TikTok, yada yada. So yeah, now's the time, man. I think maybe affiliate content on YouTube would do really well.
It does,
and there's ways that you can rank there as well. So I think people moving to YouTube will be stronger than ever. Let's see.
Yeah, for sure. I'm doing 3 videos a week now on YouTube. One of them's a podcast, but 2 other videos, and then trying to post shorts in between. And I mean, I kind of have to. I mean, I was doing that anyway. I talked that on the very first episodes of this podcast about what I've been planning to do, kind of to diversify the traffic.
Yeah, what kind of videos are you doing right now? Is it best XYZ or is it XYZ review?
Both, but not just affiliate. I'm doing a lot of informational stuff too. So like the whiteboard behind me, the video I did the other day, and then I'm testing out a whole lot of different ones. So I got like exercise ones on a certain exercise, or full training sessions explaining things, or whiteboard explaining things, or best or best, whatever it is, and then individual product reviews too. And the videos are relatively easy to do. Right now I feel more, I I'm more motivated to do videos than to write right now. So it'll probably change back and forth at some point, but that's kind of what I'm doing. But on my other side, on my main fitness side, because I just got accepted into Mediavine today, and I was thinking like,
about time.
so I'm going to get that set up, but I'm like, is it too little too late now with the whole traffic thing? But either way, I think if the site grows big enough anyway, I think it's going to be fine, like with all that. And then, I mean, I've got everything else I'm selling on, plus the affiliate side, so it should be all good.
Nice. Yo, we should end on a note where, like, if you were an affiliate, what would you recommend our audience do? What are the actionables? What are the takeaways from like this, the new Bing that we're seeing, their new Microsoft event and Google Bard? So it's coming. What would you do to maybe shield yourself from the impacts here? What actionables besides video? I guess video, right?
Yeah, video. But other than that, probably not have a knee-jerk reaction just yet. For me, I mean, I'm still a noob at this game, so no one listened to what I'm going to say anyway. But either way, I think if you're going to be top 3 anyway, and you're doing what you're doing already, I think you're probably going to be okay. I think diversifying with video is obviously a really good idea, and having actual pictures of the products and the things like that if you're doing affiliate stuff. And I mean, it's all the same advice, right? Like have the product, have experience with it, video, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, brand. Everyone's talking about brand building for months now, even years. About having an actual branded site, not bestdogfood.com or whatever it is, and having something like that. So I think it's all the same stuff, to be honest, at this point.
Yeah. I think for my side, I would say if you rank top 3 already for a certain query, especially for buyer intent, now is the time for you to attach a video to that. And that will help you rank on YouTube as well. There's certain tactics. Maybe we can do like a session with someone who's a YouTube SEO expert. So for example, we talk about best VPN. Let's say you rank for best VPN. You'd want to attach a YouTube video that ranks for best VPN as well. And yeah, just embed it and that'll actually show up quickly. I've done that with celebrity homes and it's going really well. So I'm more bullish on YouTube and long and short form content more than ever. Do
you think that's a barrier to entry now for
I mean,
getting into the game?
For sure. This changes the landscape significantly. I wouldn't say I agree on the knee-jerk reaction, this especially on the Google side, because Google is so dominant, right? They're, what is it, 80% of all search queries are on Google. And they're going to take their sweet ass time rolling it out because they're afraid to drop revenue. They're not in the position to do that. Whereas Microsoft is like, hey, we're 7%. Doesn't matter what we do. We can test all these things.
We can't get worse.
We can break things. Yeah, exactly. No one's searching there anyway. So they can with the billion searches they get every day, they can test it out. And I think it's important to follow along what Bing's doing for sure. And maybe now's the time to buy some ads on Bing. See the cost per clicks there. I've done that in the past in the VPN niche, and it worked out very well. It's very, very cheap there. But the only thing is, people who use Bing are a bit older. That's what I've noticed. The audience is much older because they probably couldn't figure out how to switch over to Google as a default search engine. On their Microsoft, like their PCs. But yeah, I think that's it for that's what I'd say. Focus on video. Play around with Bing, because that's probably what will happen to Google, because everyone just copies each other. True.
No, that's a good little recap from us. Probably nothing too new for everyone who's been following all the stuff on Twitter, but I thought we'd jump in.
Yeah,
anyway.
But if you guys like this type of format, where we just cover news, strictly news, no guests, then let us know in the comment section on YouTube. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, I saw we got a couple ratings, 5-star ratings on Apple Podcasts. Let's go. Let's add to that, guys.
Dude, we should shout them out.
Sorry?
Do you have them?
Yeah.
Wait, did I put their names there or anything? Or is it just stars?
That's right. It's
next episode.
Yeah, exactly. So I think someone said they like the lack of structure in our
perfect.
podcast.
It's like almost like a compliment with an insult together.
Yeah. Typical niche like community stuff. All right. If you guys like this, let us know.